Oh, hey guys. Guess who's out of the hospital? Look where I'm not. Home, sweet home. Glorious. So today is Christmas Day, December 25th. I think it's like 8 o'clock at night because it's been a busy day. But we just finished my first round of chemo. So that's exciting. I think my last video was Thursday the 19th or something, 20th. I don't know. Days are a mess right now. Honestly, since my last video, it's been pretty anticlimactic. I told you guys all about my groin port and stuff, and they just basically hooked me up to bags of chemo for a couple days and just let it ride. So, what happened was we called it pre-chemo. I'll get all the chemicals for you guys. It's way high tech. But they hooked me up to a bag of like pre-chemo to like prep my body, obviously, because it's going to be very intense and very chemicalized and like stuff your body doesn't want in it. So that was like a half hour of, the typical IV slow drip, like what you see in movies or whatever. And then they started my bag of real chemo, which super intense. They come in like completely gowned down in like PPE and gloves. And they're like, oh, make sure it doesn't touch your skin. And I'm like, this is going inside of me and it's fine. But so we had 4 bags, like big old saline bags, which I don't know if you guys know, but 1,000 milliliter saline bags over a 24-hour drip, which is why I have to be in the hospital for 5 days at a time. And then at the end of it, they had what we called post chemo, which again is another chemical that I'll get for you guys and read all about it. That basically like preps my body again just to like cap it off. So again, like I said, it was pretty anticlimactic. I just kind of like laid there and had a bunch of tubes attached to me and cords, and they're like, oh hey, you're just gonna lay here. And I couldn't bend above 20 degrees. I think I said this in my last video, because of the port placement. So it was in my groin, so they don't want me bending it. So I like was bedridden essentially and couldn't go above 20 degrees, and people would see me and I was just like, oh hey, I'm just laying here like. So that was kind of a struggle, especially just because like I'm a pretty active person. I was walking like 5 to 8 miles every day at work, and then now we did laps around the hospital floor, and like I had my phone to track it. I would literally make it 0.5 of a mile, and I would take a 2-hour nap because I was so tired. So that's been the biggest thing. Obviously, on chemo, is I'm just so tired and delusional and dizzy, honestly. The first, I think 2 or 3 days, I was pretty dizzy, but then I don't want to say I got used to it, but I got less dizzy, which was good. I've, like I said, just been tired. I pee a lot. They were saying obviously because you're pumping fluids into your body, but it's like TMI, the weirdest color pee, and I'd pee all the time, like every 15 minutes. It's like, okay, I gotta pee. And I'd like fill up the cup, whatever. It was crazy. And then, you gotta drink a lot of fluids and stuff. Again, I told you guys about like all pamphlets, so I'll read those and get back to you on those. One thing that's definitely a thing is chemo brain, they called it. And so I had some friends bring me like little dancing figurines or whatever, and there was a snowman that lit up. And I pointed at it and I go, turn on the dancing ice cream man. Because we had just had ice cream instead of snowman, so it was really close. And then we were talking about getting me some dinner. And I was like, sushi sounds really good. But then my mom was worried about like the raw fish and whatever, because that whole thing. And I was like, well, you could just get me one with cream cheese and those little green wafers. And my mom was like, what? And I was like, yeah, the little green wafer vegetables, cucumber. The word I was looking for was cucumber. So that's been interesting to sit there and try and figure out what the heck I'm talking about. Because like, when you're just tired and your brain just like, and you're like, the thing that with the stuff, and then just, meh. So it's been interesting. Like I said, I'm sure you can see that I'm a little delusional right now. I still trip over my words, but as soon as they stopped me off like the actual chemo and put me on the post chemo, it was, I don't want to say like instantaneous, but like I immediately felt different, where I was like, whew, I got energy. Well, not a ton of energy, but I have more energy. My brain was working, like it was going. So it's been an interesting transition. This morning, they took me off, I guess it was last night, yesterday morning, I don't know, one of these days. Blood thinners. Blood clotters. I have enough blood clots. Blood thinners. because I have my semi-permanent port tomorrow. Again, I don't know how much you guys know about cancer, but they basically, so they administer it through IV. So instead of poking you in the arm every time, they put like a permanent port. And usually it's in the chest, but because I have blood clots and it's like the cancer is obviously in my chest, they don't want to ruin the only good veins I have basically in arteries. So that's kind of out of the picture for now. They said maybe in like the second or third treatment or something, it might be an option just because, you know, you've gone through enough chemo and like all that stuff. So again, it will be in my groin, but it won't be as, I didn't show you guys pictures, but the first one was like snaky and noodly, and they had like this big old long thing that apparently went like super far up my chest, obviously to get to the cancer and whatever. But then I swear to God, there were like 4 inches of just like lumens on the outside, and they're just like hanging out and just like in the way. And I'm like, oh, this is so convenient. I love this. So I guess from what I understand, again, I don't know very much. I'll update you guys later. But it's just like a small pick, whatever that means, that again, it still goes up to my chest, but the outside portion is a lot smaller and it's under the skin. So they have to poke your skin every time, but then I can like shower. It's not going to catch on things. And I'm pretty sure I could still bend, which that is going to be the most important thing, because sitting at 20 degrees for 6 days, I wanted to die. The first thing I did this morning when they took out my port was sit up at 90 degrees, and I was like, oh, I am $1 million right now. You don't even know. So that was fantastic. Light of my life was sitting. But so this morning, again, they took out my ports and stuff and got going. Christmas morning, Merry Christmas. Oh, I got to see Santa last night, too. He brought me candy. It was real cute. I've had some puppies stop by, which I loved. I just wanted to cuddle them. But again, here in a month or whatever, I'm going to be very restricted on the things I can do. So I got to get my puppy loving and plant loving and fruit loving. And I've been eating a lot of fresh fruit just to get that fulfilled in my time of need, I guess. So honestly, again, today's been relatively uneventful this whole last couple days. The most exciting thing is just being home. I went and I just took a nap, 3-hour nap on my side, not at 20 degrees, in my own bed, no ports, nothing. So whew, I'm feeling like $1 million. Best Christmas present. So, like I said, tomorrow we have the port placement. I can't eat after midnight or whatever because it's a surgery and blah, 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 and anesthesia. So I'm eating up while I can. We had fresh tamales. Shout out to Adrian. Homemade tamales, love. They were delicious. And then I have my port placement. I should get the bone biopsy back tomorrow. And if it's all positive, then it's straightforward from here. You know, just 6 months or whatever of chemo. Nothing more than that. So keep your fingers crossed for that. I don't know if you guys, my friends on Facebook, have seen the biopsy site, but obviously you're getting bone. It's going to be huge. Like, I don't remember how much I talked about this last video, but again, I'm probably going to be repeating a lot because chemo brain. But they took, I think it was just a needle, and they just like jammed it into my back. But post all of that, it was the size of a dime, which, you know, beep, huge. And I remember because they put like a cotton swab or whatever on it, just like help with the oozing and bleeding and blah, blah, blah. So I asked the doctor to check it, and I was like, hey, you know, it's kind of like, because I was laying on my back, and it's on my back, so like it's kind of uncomfortable, like lay on a cotton ball. And I was like, can you just check it and like take it off or whatever? And I remember him peeling it back, and he goes, whoa, that's way bigger than I thought it was. And I was like, please don't tell me that. Like, it was bad enough as it was, and now it's a huge hole in my back. But then, he just like put a Band-Aid on it, and he's like, it'll be fine. And I'm like, again, there's a huge hole in my back that goes all the way to my bone marrow, and you're just gonna put a Band-Aid on it. Like, meh, whatever, you're a doctor, I guess. Like, I trust you. So since then, it's like obviously started closing, you know, it gets like that weird first layer of skin. But I have a tattoo right there, really close to where he did the biopsy. So there's this huge purple blob. And at first, I can't see it, obviously, it's on my back, like it's a weird angle for me. But everyone was like, well, is it a bruise? And they're like, no, I don't think so, because it's like not bruising material, and I guess I had something that came off on the Band-Aid. So we have since decided that some of my tattoo ink has now leaked into the area of the biopsy. So now I don't know if it's gonna stay, but if it does, I basically got a tattoo during all of this. So there's like it's kind of more like a half circle, and then there's the little biopsy site. So there's gonna be a scar and a big old blob of ink. So that'll be exciting. That's new. And then I showed my oncologist, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this before. I'm gonna go do research. And I was like, again, in the grand scheme of things, I don't even care. Like, if I'm gonna live after all this, like, fuck up my tattoos. I don't care. Like, not all of them, but you know what I mean. And so then he comes back this morning and he's like, I did so much research and I couldn't find anything on the internet and this is super new. And then I was like, you could be the first one to write an article. Like, who cares? So I got him to chuckle and smile today. So again, my goal by the end of this is to get everyone smiling and everyone laughing, because cancer sucks. And I'm on a floor with like 90-year-olds. And if I'm the only light that they have, then that's all they're going to get. I already had all my nurses saying how refreshing it is that you can hear laughing and people are smiling, and I have a good attitude about it. So I definitely want to keep that up, obviously, for not only myself and your guys' sake, but everyone else on the floor, because we all know how depressing hospitals are. Like, it's sad. It's Christmas. No one wants to be there. It's just meh. So if I'm there to make light of it, I'm going to make light of it. I'm going to make all of you happy. So again, quick little update. I haven't lost my hair yet. So here's all my hair. I'll take it out for you guys. See it? Oh, wow. It's kind of weird. I'm not allowed to shower yet just because all my ports and biopsies and blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of in that weird stage right now, but live it up while I can. It'll be gone soon. So just wanted to update you guys. Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching my videos. Leave any questions you have. Again, I'm open to anything, even if you just want to tell me a story. Friend me on Facebook. I have a lot of people messaging me on Facebook. Any resource I can be for you guys, I will try. So thank you.